As election night draws near, both candidates in the mayoral runoff have set up their headquarters here at opposite ends of the Hotel Percival Convention Center. Clifford Hyatt and Barbara Norton have just arrived for tonight's debate and speak with reporters about the results of the most recent polls.
Mr. Hyatt, you're the clear leader according to the latest polls. Would you care to speculate on the outcome of Tuesday's election?
Well, I don't intend to get comfortable in the lead. Ballots count, not polls. Do you think the Rothweiler issue is going to hurt your chances? People don't take hearsay into the voting booths. They take their hearts and their minds.
And Barbara Norton had this to say when she arrived.
Judge Norton, what do you say to people who call this campaign the battle of the sexes?
I say wake up and smell the oatmeal. It's 1992. Gender is not an issue. Municipal housing is. City park conservation is.
How do you celebrate your victory on Tuesday?
He was brought across in 1228. Preyed on humans for their blood. Now he wants to be mortal again. To repay society for his sins. To emerge from his world of darkness. From his endless, forever night.
His name was Gilbert Reeves, an undistinguished member of the Fourth Estate.
So we're dealing with a journalist.
Freelance, yeah, he had a press pass, but no professional affiliation. At least he died clean.
Has anyone found the woman he checked in with yet?
Mona Wayne? No, we're still looking.
So he's here to cover the election.
Well, who isn't? Except for us, this place is a veritable press gallery.
Skank, what do you make of this?
Make luck? What is that, Confucius? Steer fate. Sounds like New Age self-help advice.
What's in his suitcase? Might be something. How about you? What do you got?
Mostly paperwork, articles he was working on, and this. Contact books. Hundreds of numbers in here. Take a month to run them all down.
Well, better get started first thing in the morning, huh?
And me?
All right, I'm calling it. Our guy died of electrocution, meaning he did not die before the TV hit the water.
You know what they say? The bathroom is the most dangerous room in the house.
Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
This was definitely not an accident.
Unless the TV spontaneously levitated into the tub.
Okay, phone checks, background. Let's get started.
We're live at the Hotel Percival, where a short while ago a man was found dead in his hotel room. As police investigate, candidates Barbara Norton and Clifford Hyatt are telling reporters their positions regarding crime in our city.
Didn't take long for word to get out in this one.
This is what I've been talking about all along. Frankly, I am sick of crime, and I know I'm not alone.
Dirty communist! Lousy rich!
We're out to take back our streets, and we simply won't tolerate it. As a family man, I'm very concerned about the future of my children in this city.
Where do you stand on the homeless issue?
My answer is a question. Are these people homeless by choice? Look, these sensitive issues are better discussed in a more appropriate venue.
Mr. Hyatt.
You dodged that one well.
He's a master at it. Have you noticed how his head looks a lot bigger in person?
He's got my vote. We need somebody tough in office.
Oh, come on. He's as phony as his hair weaves, Skank.
That's a weave?
Whenever you time, please, Miss Gordon.
Settle down, please.
My heart goes out to those members of the community who live with this kind of mayhem every day of their lives. Decent people in crime-ridden neighborhoods are impacted by this sort of thing constantly.
Barbara Norton is the best thing that could ever happen to this city.
Oh, and better looking, too.
Broad for mayor? Yeah, right.
Excuse me, a woman for mayor? Thank you. And what is wrong with that?
Well, who am I? What do I know? I only pay taxes in this
Look,
town.
would you two please chill out? Okay, we're on duty here. We've got police work to do.
Detective Knight, this is Mona Wayne. Am I in trouble or something?
It's about Gilbert Reeves.
Yes.
Miss Wayne, there's a problem. Gilbert was taking a bath
Yes.
while he was watching television.
Somehow the television wound up in the tub.
Is he all right? I never saw that before. Heard Gilbert say it a few times, though. Gilbert only told me we were here to close some big deal. Something that was gonna make us a lot of money. We were gonna be married.
I'm very sorry.
Did Gilbert say what the deal was?
He wanted it to be a surprise or something. I don't know that much about politics. It kind of confuses me, but it sure was Gilbert's passion.
He was a junior alderman, wasn't he? Ottawa, 10 years ago.
Yeah. He sure had potential back then.
Thanks a lot for coming down this way. I have an officer outside to take you back to your new room that we've arranged for you at the hotel.
I'll have hotel security look in on her. Track her movements.
She's a suspect?
Well, she shouldn't be. She had access to the room. In the meantime, any ideas about this new deal he was working on?
Well, in his papers, we found an article about the Rothweiler Industries scandal. Maybe someone didn't want that can of worms reopened.
Except there was nothing in it that wasn't in the papers a year ago, Nick.
Yeah, but Reeves was still working on it.
Check it out. And none of this has anything to do with the campaign.
Oh, come on, Captain. I mean, Reeves was covering the election. It's going to be tough to keep a lid on it.
It's called spin control, detective. Somebody pokes a microphone in your face, and they will. You offer no comment.
Well, according to the hotel phone logs, he had already been talking to the press.
What press?
Frank Titus, publisher of the National Intruder.
National Intruder. No comment.
Rats. I can't get it. Here, Skank, you try.
Why is everyone so down on Hyatt? He seems like an all right guy.
Oh, you're just saying that because the man shook your hand. Don't forget, he was involved in that big Rothweiler probe.
They never proved that.
Nothing sticks to that man. Hey, Nick, it's too bad you don't work the day shift. You could get in there and find something on him.
Or leave the character assassination to the press and concentrate on detective work.
Come on, Nick. Everybody knows that Hyatt is just a notorious tool of special interests.
Come on, he's a politician, not an altar boy.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, since when did you give two hoots about politics anyway?
Well, since I found a candidate I could put my trust in. Besides, that's really his hair.
Sure. No, that makes sense. If you don't care about your government's hair, then your government won't care about you.
Hey, I think I got something here.
What'd you get, Skank?
We can always use more volunteers.
Well, like I always say, you don't care about your government doesn't care about you.
That's the spirit, Mr. Skanky. Now, you can use that desk over there, and here's your list of registered voters. Let's get out the vote.
Great. Just one question, Pam. Those donuts over there, are they for us? Myra, listen, it's me. I can't remember. Am I registered to vote?
Right. He's got all that money and he marries a chimpanzee? Did you get pictures? Then you don't get paid. How many stories am I going to get about this? What can I do for you?
Here to talk about Gilbert Reeves?
Don't know. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And no. Tell him to put wrinkles in here around the eyes. I don't know. Have him do something with the eyes so that it looks like she's on lithium. Is that so hard to understand? Go ahead. Don't we have one where she's thrown up or something? Look for it.
Detective Knight, Metro Homicide.
You said Reeves, is that right?
That's
What'd he
right.
do?
He died.
Geez, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. He was murdered, and our phone records show that you spoke to him recently.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. He had been calling me, trying to hawk a sex scandal concerning a certain mayoral candidate, and I told him, yeah, we'll take a look at what he'd got.
A sex scandal? Which candidate?
He didn't say. I mean, 9 will get you 10. It's Hyatt. He's got a sack full of ghosts.
You didn't ask him?
Don't deal in specifics.
No, only rumors.
Look, I don't substantiate him. I just spread him around.
And you don't care who gets hurt, I guess.
Hey, you're in the public eye, you take your lumps. As far as Reeves is concerned, he was a pimp with a story. I paid 25 grand for a story like that.
Why didn't you buy the story from Reeves when you had the chance?
Never got back to me. Look, I don't know Gilbert Reeves from the whole world and his wife. As far as I'm concerned, somebody snuffed him and I don't know why. Don't worry, the truth will out. That's our motto. The truth will out.
This subcommittee hearing is now in session. We are here tonight to get at the truth and be assured the truth will out.
By the way, Reeves have a girlfriend? Because whoever he was sleeping with knows all the dirt. And I bet you she wouldn't mind flapping her gums for 25 grand. Target the source. Key to our business. Target the source.
guess it's not the first time someone's died in my arms.
You did all you could. Once cyanide started to take effect, there's not much anyone can do.
Well, it's done. I've notified all the hotels. No mints on the pillow tonight. Maybe never. You know, I'm gonna miss that. You ever find out what that thing is we pulled out of the TV?
Fingernail fragment covered in blood. I'm doing a DNA workup.
Whatever Reeves was planning, Mona Wayne had no part in it. She was just a loose end someone felt should be tied up.
Yeah, but the question is, who?
Well, Frank Titus said that Reeves was flogging a sex scandal.
And we all thought the Rothweiler thing was going to be his undoing.
Hyatt, a sex scandal? No way, no way. Everyone at the campaign headquarters says he's a super devoted family man.
What were you doing down at the Hyatt campaign headquarters?
Well, same thing Nat does at Norton's campaign headquarters, supporting my candidate of choice.
And you think you can do that without biasing the investigation?
Oh, fat
No, this
chance.
goes for you, too.
Me?
Yeah, both of you. Maybe we've got some sensitive digging to do here. Unfortunately, it comes down to a decision. Because you can't have it both ways. This is a witch hunt, sir. And I don't understand why you won't listen to the truth when you say that's what you want.
Mr. Gerard, we're here to cleanse America of the destructive influence of communism, and we will not rest until we have reached our objective.
You have to decide whether you want to be zealous or thorough.
Oh, Mr. Skanky.
Oh, hi, hello.
Hi, you're here early.
Oh, yes, and, so are you.
Well, gotta get the coffee on. Geez, I thought you'd be home sleeping in, hard as you've been working.
Well, elections aren't won in bed.
No, but they can be lost in bed.
Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I'm the night curator and the associate professor of the Archaeological Museum at the University of Chicago.
Bearing in mind you were under oath, answer the question as put.
I was merely explaining.
We're not here for explanations, Mr. Gerard. We're here for answers.
Hyatt's the one. Hey, come on, Nick. It's just me, Don Skanky. Right? Don Open Mind Skanky. Look up Unbiased in the dictionary and you'll find a picture of me next to it.
Doing a great job.
Thanks.
What'd you find out about Hyatt?
Naturally, everything I say is off the record because my entrance to the said premises was...
I was under a different pretense, I know.
Exactly, and I feel really guilty about it. As a matter of fact, I might have found proof that Hyatt was innocent of the whole Rothweiler thing to begin with.
What kind of proof?
Well, isn't the allegation that Hyatt had tried to change the zoning so that Rothweiler could develop protected land in exchange for special consideration?
Yeah.
So guess whose name is nowhere to be found on the list of Hyatt's political contributors?
Besides Dr. Natalie Lambert?
Yes.
Rothweiler.
Exactly. So where's the special consideration? Doesn't that seem odd to you? I mean, if Rothweiler's hanging in the hammock with Hyatt, don't you think he'd at least kick in for some bumper stickers?
Mr. Hyatt, would you care to comment on this?
I have nothing to hide. My record is clear and it's public.
That's what you said about Rothweiler Industries.
What you are referring to were allegations. Allegations that were never proven.
Accusations totally without merit.
Are you implying that the other members of the faculty were lying, Mr. Gerard? Perhaps the committee should have their names.
No, I never said anything about lying. All I'm saying is that there has clearly been a misinterpretation of the facts.
Then, Mr. Gerard, just answer the question.
Do you have anything to do with these murders?
A story in tonight's edition of the tabloid National Intruder is wreaking havoc here at campaign headquarters. The Intruder claims it has evidence linking a leading mayoral candidate with the suspected murder of 2 persons last night here at the Hotel Percival. While it falls shy of naming either candidate, the story insists that neither had an airtight alibi for the time of the 2 deaths. A National Intruder official reached earlier this evening by telephone would only say that the evidence is from an impeccably reliable source and paints a strong motive for murder.
According to the National Intruder, the double homicide last night at the Percival Hotel has been somehow linked to your bid for the mayor's office.
Not specifically to my bid, sir. The Intruder article suggested that Mr. Reeves' murder was circumstantially linked to the...
Norton, please just answer the question
just a minute, please.
She looks nervous. Well, they're picking on her. I mean, what the hell is this? Some sort of TV charisma lie detector test? Hyatt is just a better liar, that's all.
You think Norton's lying about something?
That's not what I said.
No knowledge of any connection,
Oh.
direct or otherwise, my bid for the mayor's
Sorry.
office. What went on?
I just feel helpless. I just wish there was something I could do.
Don't pay any attention to me. I'm politically ignorant.
And I would caution everyone to keep in mind that, as I said, connections of any kind are still circumstantial at this point. In fact, the investigation is still open. It still continues to be carried out. And we can all... Forensics.
Yeah, hi, Grace. It's Nick Knight. Is Natalie there?
Oh, I'm sorry, Detective. She's left already. Anything I can help you with?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering what came up in your DNA test on the blood and fingernail fragment.
Oh, I haven't done one yet.
What do you mean you haven't done one?
Oh, well, Natalie put the specimen in her evidence locker and couldn't get the keys before she left.
Where'd she go?
To the hotel. Barbara Norton rally.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but there will be no interview tonight. However, Judge Norton will be very happy to answer any questions you may have.
Hey,
She just insists.
you were at the hotel the night of the murder. You're Natalie Lambert, county coroner. What can you tell us about the ongoing investigation?
I'm not really at liberty to discuss any of this right now. Thank you.
Detective, are you here to investigate the Norton campaign?
No.
Then Hyatt is the focus of your investigation.
Don't say that.
Dr. Lambert, are you a Barbara Norton supporter?
Yes, I am. But that shouldn't be taken as an official endorsement.
Is it true that the focus of the current investigation is on Hyatt?
Is that correct?
Is it Hyatt?
No comment.
Oh, no. You don't get off that easy.
So am I supposed to drive you your car or what?
Drive. Just drive.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm really sorry.
What were you thinking, Natalie?
I didn't think. But all I said was no comment.
No, it's the way you said it.
Well, I didn't mean to imply that
You shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have even been there.
I had a commitment. I couldn't just stand by while they tried to run her into the ground with empty accusations.
You know that these accusations were empty, or do you just like to think they were? You didn't do a DNA on the fingernail.
I was gonna do it in the morning. Sorry. I screwed up. What's that idiot behind us doing?
not.
No, she does not want to speak to the press. No, I'm not going to substantiate anything.
It's Hyatt. Now I know it's Hyatt. And you know what else? I should talk to the press.
I think you've done enough talking to the press.
But it's so obvious. I mean, it is such an obvious reaction to what happened at the hotel. You see, Hyatt figures that we focused the investigation on him, and last night he tried to put a stop to it.
Nothing is obvious about this investigation, or there wouldn't be an investigation.
Natalie, I think what happened last night does more to clear Hyatt than to implicate him.
But he doesn't even have an alibi.
Nor does Barbara Norton. I mean, come on. What kind of idiot would Hyatt have to be to make an attempt on the life of the very person who just implied in front of 3 television cameras that he was under investigation? You're not thinking clearly.
I'm only trying to be logical about this.
All right. Didn't this car leave an impression on you, Nick? I mean, didn't you see who was driving?
It happened too quickly.
This whole thing's gone from bad to worse. I mean, let's try to make some headway on this case without anyone else getting hurt. And let's try to do it quietly.
Anyone seen this?
Whatever it is, it'll wait until morning.
Well, morning's got its own list, I'm afraid. Listen, why don't you go upstairs and get some rest? I'll be able to rest when my job's done. When you're in City Hall.
Cross our fingers.
Well, that won't be necessary. We're gonna get there anyway. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it.
Okay, that's it. The DNA confirms it. We're looking for a woman.
So she cut herself and chipped her fingernail when she picked up the TV.
Well, it seems logical, the way it was jammed into a vent on the side of the cabinet. So I guess that means Hyatt's in the clear, at least personally, now that we're looking for a woman.
I hope that's not disappointment I hear in your voice.
News conference is underway in an attempt on the part of Clifford Hyatt and his supporters to undo the damage caused by today's news that Hyatt is the subject of police investigations into the Hotel Percival murders 2 nights ago. It's a scandal which, regardless of outcome, could spell the end of Hyatt's political career.
Good evening.
Natalie, what is it?
Thank you. I am innocent.
Oh, look, Nick, whatever you may be thinking, this was not my intention.
But unfortunately, the seed of doubt has been planted.
Mr. Gerard, will you kindly explain to this committee why you keep in your refrigerator bottles full of animal blood?
I choose not to answer that question under the protection of the 5th Amendment to the Constitution.
Come, monster! Come, monster!
Order! It's very close to the election, as you all know. I speak for myself and my family, and I think all of the people who have supported me in not only my decision to run for mayor, but in the work I've done on committees that I've served on, and in the other offices that I have proudly held. When I say that the impact of this has been deeply felt.
Mr. Gerard, the Dean of Archaeology has been quoted as saying he'll review your tenure.
Well, I've been tried and convicted and the hearing's barely begun. It's hardly a surprise that I've been sentenced as well.
Does this mean you'll resign your position as Associate Professor of Archaeology?
Do I have a choice?
We can only hope that the people of Toronto will not let this taint of scandal sway their decisions when it comes time to go to the polls.
This guy is all but conceding. This isn't right.
Wait a minute. We have to call a press conference. We could probably get it in for the 11 o'clock news. You can play it, you know, humble, humanitarian, concerned for the state of the system and democracy in general. And then we can urge the people to wait for the police to complete their investigation before they hold anything against Hyatt, which, of course, they won't.
Yep. We'll have a press conference.
The election is very close.
What's up?
One of the old out-of-service numbers in Reeves' book was once listed to Barbara Norton.
How long ago?
Almost 10 years when Reeves was an alderman.
Well, you'd have reason to call her office now and then, so?
Yeah, it wasn't her office. It wasn't even her home number at the time. It was an apartment she kept in town.
An apartment in town? Oh, baby, this is getting better by the minute.
Better?
I mean better for us. For the case. Honest. It's all beginning to add up. Take a look at this.
Reeves' unfinished Hyatt Rothweiler expose.
And this is a draft of another article he was working on about the campaign in general. But take a look at this. Over and over, he misspells from, F-O-R-M, form, 6 out of 10 times.
Some bad typing habit.
And yet, returning to the great Rothweiler expose, the typing tutor paid off. No more typo.
The Rothweiler article's dummied up.
And planted by our killer.
Someone who wants us to believe that either Hyatt or someone working for him snuffed Reeves to shut him up.
Somebody who, at the considerable risk of sounding partisan, maybe had a prior role in the hot satin sheets with Gilbert the Joy Boy alderman.
Or someone has an even bigger stake in all this.
Where are you going?
To dig a little deeper.
We are here tonight to get at the truth and be assured the truth will out.
This is a witch hunt, sir. And I don't understand why you won't listen to the truth when you say that's what you want.
We're not here for explanations, Mr. Gerard. We're here for answers.
No, I never said anything about lying. All I'm saying is that there has clearly been a misinterpretation of the facts. I've been tried and convicted and the hearing's barely begun. It's hardly a surprise that I've been sentenced as well. Skanky, it's time to switch sides.
Hope you're not putting too many wrinkles in your suit, because we're live in less than 2. Do you want me to run through this with you, just to make sure that you've got the attitude right?
No. I'm ready.
What we have been witness to in the last few days is, in my estimation, the very poorest excuse for journalism. And I hope Mr. Hyatt will stay in the race. I also implore the voters not to encourage a trend in the media which threatens the democratic process itself. Do not let gossip mongering influence your decisions on Election Day. The mayoral contest, until all this innuendo started, was being played out on a level field the way it's supposed to be. Perhaps this evening, I can again level that field by saying that if it's association that is determining Mr. Hyatt's guilt, then let it determine mine too. I have spoken to my family about this, and I feel that it's important I now share it with you. I had a relationship with Gilbert Reeves some years ago.
By relationship, do you mean an affair?
Desjardins, before you married Mr. Norton?
Did you have an affair, Judge Norton, with the man who was murdered?
Yes or no?
Well, things are really heating up on the election front as both candidates deal with their fair share of scandal. And I use the word fair because it was apparently in a spirit of fairness that Barbara Norton, just a few moments ago, decided to level the field with the shocking revelation that some years ago she had a love affair with journalist Gilbert Reeves, one of the Hotel Percival murder victims.
Why? I had to do it.
No. You didn't have to do you didn't have to do anything. Why didn't you just do it like I coached you?
I did what I thought was right, Laura.
You betrayed me. You betrayed the city. This is about the election. This is about all the hard work that we've done.
I'm sorry. I realize that you have worked very, very hard.
I've worked too damn hard to let you give up on this right now.
There's no giving up, Laura. We both know it's not going to be up to us, and
that's a cop-out. That's a lie. How dare you even try to give up now? How dare you?
Don't take your eyes off Barbara Norton. She could be in danger. I just found some videotape that makes a pretty good case against Laura Neal. I'll be right there.
What, Neal? Norton's campaign manager? Hello?
Move. Get into the car.
Where are you taking me?
To City Hall. Like I promised.
What are you doing here?
Maybe trying to save your favorite candidate's life? Where is she?
Stepped out back for some air.
And Laura Neal?
Right with her.
Damn!
What's going on? Telephone.
Police, hold it right there!
I sure hope she doesn't know how to use that thing. She knows. She knows. Skanky.
Police business, I need your car!
Where are we going?
told you I'd get you to City Hall.
Barbara, here we are. We made it just like I promised you.
You killed Gilbert, didn't you?
He was gonna blackmail you. He was gonna do it the week of the election. I wouldn't have had time to fix it so close to the election.
And the girl?
She might have been in on it. I couldn't have taken that chance. I had to insulate you. That's my job, isn't it? Spin control.
God, Laura. Why?
You don't get it, do you? Don't you understand? Every single thing you represent really means something to me.
What do you want from me?
You don't understand, do you?
Drop the gun and back away, Laura.
I believed in you. I did this for the greater good.
2 people died for what you believe in. You had no right to sacrifice.
Don't!
Whatever the cause, whatever the reason.
I believe in you.
They will kill you, Laura.
Listen to her, Laura. It's all over.
Don't.
Put the gun down and back away. Do it now.
We're almost there, Barbara. We're almost there.
It's election night, and Laura Neal, Barbara Norton's campaign spin doctor, is in jail. Pending psychiatric evaluation, Neal awaits trial on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of possession of a deadly weapon. Though candidates Barbara Norton and Clifford Hyatt have been cleared in the murders, the latest polls indicate an overwhelming backlash against Norton in the aftermath of what some local columnists have dubbed the sex scandal of the year.
That's a unique figurine. It's from the Upper Paleolithic period. You know, that little piece of clay is from a dig that single-handedly changed modern archaeology's mind about when the Paleolithic period started. It's a very, very important piece.
It's fascinating. Is that one too?
What?
A very, very important piece.
Indeed. You are looking at a desk nameplate taken from the Chicago area circa 1954. It represents the end of a significant period in the ongoing transient life of a certain indigenous vampire.
You hated leaving that one behind, didn't you? I know how you feel about archaeology.
I had some remarkable students. And I think I was actually making a difference.
I don't doubt it for a moment.
You know, it's never pleasant moving on. Particularly when you have no choice.
We've fought the good fight. We lost a few important battles. but we press on with the war.
Boy, she really got creamed, didn't she?
Tried and convicted by the press. That's a trial you can never hope to win.
You know, I think I understand your reaction to Skankies and my political...
Zealousness?
Still doesn't mean that Barbara Norton wouldn't have made a great mayor. Besides, there's still next term. This Laura Neal business will all just blow over.
You know the problem with people like Lauren Neal?
Now we go live to Hyatt.
They think they've got a monopoly on the truth. It's a shame. She's an intelligent person. She just let the spin get out of control.
Barbara Norton has conceded the election. Clifford Hyatt is the mayor-elect of Toronto.
Oh, perfect. Just perfect.
What does he think he's doing?
Being a terrible winner.